week extension. After that, let me ask for another 2 week extension. Trust me, a company would not like it. A company is, I mean, they can find a different candidate within that period of time. And they also have like a KPI that they have to fulfill. So instead of waiting for an intern who is unsure of them, they could go and look for a different candidate. So please also, I mean, please respect their time. Please respect them as a person looking for an opportunity. And if you are not interested, reject. I mean, decline the offer immediately. Do not leave them hanging, just the way you guys don't like HR companies leaving you guys hanging, right? So just remember that point, okay? And also, we had seniors who had to pay the payment. So if let's say, I'm just giving you an example. So let's say the allowance is about 1,000 ringgit, and you have signed a contract with that company, and then you say, you know what, I don't want to work with you because the company that I wanted to go to has offered me a placement there. This particular company actually asked our student to pay back that 1,000 ringgit, even though the student has not even started the work, the internship. In the contract is already mentioned. All right. So please be careful on this part before you actually sign a contract, and make sure you are 110% sure of where you want to see yourself grow. All right.
We'll continue for the reminders. The fourth one will be, some students might ask, can I work overseas? Yes, but make sure you have a working permit, and the working permit will be handled by the company entirely. And the last one, you might ask, can I do a fully remote internship? No, it's compulsory for everyone to have a physically internship, but you're allowed to go for a hybrid work arranging if the company required. I think, Anila, you can add on more about this.
Okay, so when it comes to fully remote internship, of course, we do not allow that because we have passed the COVID period already, right? Previously, we have no choice but to attempt to do fully hybrid for you guys to graduate on time. I mean, this is obviously your seniors. However, there are still options where companies say, hey, we want to do fully remote. No, we do not allow that. MQA do not allow that. This is a standard set by the Malaysian Education Board. So you are required to physically attend your internship. If let's say the company comes to you and say, hey, we have an internship opportunity, but it's fully hybrid. Sorry, not hybrid, fully remote. You can speak to them and let them know, hey, would it be okay if we do a hybrid internship instead? Because my university do not allow fully remote based internship. All right. And obviously, if you do fully remote internship, there's a tendency that you may not pass your internship as well. All right. You need to have that physical exposure, the technical exposure that you are in a particular environment. So if a company do ask you, if they do offer you in an offer letter, hey, fully remote, don't go and sign immediately. Discuss with them. You always have an opportunity to discuss with them and say, hey, I'm open to a hybrid, say 3 days work from office and 2 days work from home kind of thing. All right. If it's a physical one, even better. You get to learn so much of things during that internship. Getting meeting new friends, new colleagues. You learn a lot of how to manage yourself, how to dress up. You know, time management. That's so important as well. So that's my answer for point number 5. All right, Evan. Oh, okay. So this is probably our last, right? Yeah, among our last slide. All right. So I'm not sure if y'all are aware, if you've gone through your Moodle, you would know that there is this part here. So basically, we want to know your experience in a particular internship experience, right? So if you go for an internship, hey, this company is really good. The supervisor there is really good. My team leader is good. I learn a lot in this particular company. What are the challenges that you face? What are some good things that you learn from this kind of company? Again, please avoid being emotional. Sometimes I understand, hi, yeah, this company so useless one didn't give me enough money, but they asked me to do a lot of work. I understand that frustration, but that is what's going to mold you into a better person, a better employee. All right. Avoid that topic, avoid that point. All right. But talk in a more rational manner. That means we want solid, valid points so that your juniors are aware. Okay, I want to let's say you do an internship in EY. All right. So you can actually list down in that link, the QR code, what are the challenges that you face? What are the positive things that you face? Or maybe the sort of negative experience that you have, excluding the emotion. Yes, there is a lot of workload here, but you learn a lot. All right. So these are the feedbacks that we want to hear from you. Of course, you cannot do it now, lah. All right. So say before your internship and say a month before or a couple of weeks before your internship placement ends. Don't forget, of course, we will also sort of remind you. But if you do go to Moodle as you're scrolling through, there's also this feedback form that you can click on. We would really appreciate if you do that for your juniors. All right. All right. Last but not least, this is our social media page. I presume all of you are following our career services page on Instagram, on LinkedIn, as well as our Telegram channel. Some of you will be like, why should I follow? Well, there are a lot of activities that we do. We have our career fair that's going to come up soon. So you guys can join that. We have other events like road shows where we invite companies over to have road shows. We have company visitation. Again, you may think, oh, how is this related to internship? It does relate because you go there and you get exposure. All right. You show your presentation skills there as well. The way you bring yourself, the way you put yourself out there. The XMM jobs portal, we will usually publish any internship as well as job opportunities there. You don't necessarily need to leave after your internship ends because we will be posting jobs there, job opportunities. So in case you're looking out for a new one, you can always scroll back and apply for the positions. All right. Yeah, I think that's about it in terms of our slide. We took 30, 25 minutes to be exact. So the floor is open for any Q&A. If you do have any Q&A, please, you can sort of write it on the chat box and we will attempt to ask you a question. We would prefer if you could chat so that it's easier. All right. I think Tan Hao Cheng mentioned the report guidelines and template can't be seen unless I'm enrolled. Yes, you have to be enrolled to see the report guidance and template. Yeah, because if you're not enrolled, then you're considered like a outsider or a visitor. You're not a student. Jin Hao's asking, I wonder if you can review the meeting records later. We're trying to be fair to the rest of y'all. I know there are, I mean, like 150 of y'all here who's respected all our time and all of y'all are here. So we really appreciate you taking the time out to come and listen. And the rest of them, I'm not too sure where they are. So we're still sort of considering whether we want to submit an email to y'all with regards to this recording. All right. Tan Hao Cheng is in another course. Okay, Tan Hao Cheng, could you drop us an email to career services? All right, and we will check whether you are in the right course or not, because you should be in the right course to receive that code. All right, so it would be good if you could drop us an email in the career services email, and we will attempt your question. All right. Okay, Huang Jia Yi, may I know how much allowance is reasonable for internship? Okay, this is very subjective. If I were to say 500, half of you will be so upset that I said 500, correct? Because it's very subjective to each one of y'all. Some of y'all think 2,000 is reasonable. Some of y'all think, hey, 1,000 is also fine. All right. So I would say anywhere between 500 to 1,000 is decent price based on what I've seen, how companies would have sent. Basically, they send a lot of offer letters. I do see that. So it's anywhere between 500 to 1,000, 1,005. All right. That would be the range. Okay, so Joshua Lau is asking, what if I decide to do internship during April of 2026? You may do so, but however, but you need to liaise with your academic coordinator pertaining to this. You understand, huh? Because we are not the one that is handling your timeline. It will be your academic coordinator. So you have to send them an email about this. Of course, rest assured, if you do this, then your graduation timeline might differ as well. All right. I'm a DSE student according to the study plan. Wait, how are you here if your internship starts next year, April? Because this is supposed to be for September 2025. Am I getting it wrong or? Yeah. Leong Chi Yun, how are you in this um briefing? Because you're not supposed to receive the email. Okay, I'll come back to you once my team checks on this information. I heard that international people must get over 5,000 when the company hires. Can I get over? Oh, my goodness. No. Internship is a voluntary experience. It's a learning curve for all students. So irrespective of whether you're an international student or a local student, the range is still the same because you're a student and you're going based on student internship. All right. You have your student permit to undergo your internship here. Understand? So if let's say you get hired as permanent staff, then you will be considered an expat. All right. There's two different categories, an intern and an expat. An intern, you are paid similar like a local student. All right. An expat is when a company chooses to hire you as a permanent hire, and then your salary range will be different. And I don't think it's going to be 5,000. It'll be depending on how a company pays. All right. And there are rules and regulations set for them. Um, Okay, Carmen Lee, am I allowed to continue join the company in full time after internship ends? Of course, that is of course if the company would like you as a permanent hire. All right, this is entirely upon the company and it's entirely upon your performances. I'm not speaking only to Carmen, I'm speaking to the rest of y'all. If y'all do a good job in your internship, and if the manager loves you and they want to absorb you as a permanent hire, by all means, go ahead. All right. Wang Ziwen, I'm worried that I might not be able to renew my student visa during my overseas intern. I think this is something that you have to discuss with international office and see, get their advice pertaining to this. And don't delay this matter because your internship is in the coming September. So I would suggest go and book an appointment with IO and speak to them face to face. All right. Yeah, Willie Chua. Of course, you can do your internship in your respective hometown. You know your place better. If you want to do it overseas, you want to do it in KL, you want to do it in Penang, by all means, go ahead. All right. Will my internship be counted towards the overall GPA? There won't be a percentage of it. It's either fail or pass. All right. So, of course, you do have to pass your internship to actually graduate. All right. So this is equally as important as your semester exams and all that. Just FYI, it's very easy to pass internship, but it's also very easy to fail and sorry to fail your internship. All right. Do we have a specific type of insurance? It's a personal accident insurance, of course. This insurance is only for interns who are undergoing their internship in Malaysia. If let's say you're undergoing your internship in your hometown, that means in a different country, say Singapore, China, or anything, you are not covered by this personal accident insurance. All right, let's make that clear. All right, if you're undergoing your internship in Malaysia, if anything happens to you, you are covered by the personal accidents claim. All right, it's insurance. If let's say you're doing your internship in China, in Indonesia, and everything, our suggestion is to get a different package. All right, because this insurance only covers in the Malaysian jurisdiction. All right. Okay. May I know why are different durations for different programs? I think this is the question that you have to direct to your internship coordinator, because these are the durations that are sent to us by them. All right. Hey, think about it. If the longer it is, the more you learn. The shorter it is, that's a good thing. The faster you finish your internship. All right. When will be the timeline for our internship be introduced, such as when can we apply letters, write our resumes, or what are we encouraged to do for this time being? I can't quite get you though. When will the timeline for our internship be introduced? Actually, when we sent you an email on Monday, that's the start of your internship preparation already. All right. So this is just a briefing to sort of run through the whole thing. All right. Once this is done, I would suggest you to start looking out already. Of course, next week, Tuesday, we will have a starter pack on how to do your resume, how to draft your cover letter, how to sort of prepare yourself for an interview. All right. We will go through that, but there is no harm in starting now. All right. September is just in a couple of months' time. And trust me, if you don't look out now, it's going to be difficult as the days go. Remember, you're not the only one who's going to go for internship. There are a rest of other public universities, private universities that are competing to get internship as well. All right, that's like few thousands of them. So you're also competing with other talents. So that's why I always encourage all of our students to sort of start looking for internship ASAP. All right. When we're doing our internship, do we need to pay for the residence fee if we do not do our internship in Malaysia? Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, if I were to do my internship in KL, I have to pay for the accommodation fee, right? So it's similarly, if you're going to do an internship elsewhere, wherever it is, you will have to pay for the uh, wherever that you're based at lah. So if you're looking out for a room in KL or in Penang, you will have to fork out your own money. This is basically, you guys, internship is basically a preview of how you're going to start working in a real working world. All right. It's just a preview. So everything is you. All right. Is the insurance given by the company or by university? I don't understand the insurance part and how. Okay. If you are unsure about the insurance, I would highly suggest send an email to the Student Affairs Office. All right. It is prepared by the university, not the company. The company doesn't do anything in terms of insurance coverage unless you're a permanent employee. All right. This is different. You are a student, you are still covered by the university. I hope I've made it very, very clear. All right. You are a student, you're covered by the insurance coverage set by the university. If you're employed, right? If you're employed by the company, there will be a different package set given by the company to their employees. All right. If you want the package or like what are the criterias or like what are the requirements or whatever details pertaining to the insurance, please drop an email to the Student Affairs Office. If you don't want to send an email, you can just walk into 107 and speak to the front desk office, and they will gladly explain it to you. All right. Uh, so if you do internship in your home country, you don't need a work permit, right? No, you don't need a work permit for that. Unless, of course, you're going to go to a foreign country, then you will need a work permit. But that work permit will be handled by that particular company itself who's going to recruit you as an intern, right? Okay, do I apply academic transcript right now or wait until next semester done? Depending on when you plan to apply for your internship. If you plan to apply your internship now, then seek for the academic transcript now. If you plan to wait for a couple more months before you start rigorously finding for an internship, then you may do so. However, my humble opinion again is that you request for a transcript now. I presume AA will submit it within 2 to 3 weeks of your um, submission. Once you get that, then you can start sending out. Of course, this transcript is not something that you attach together with all the email. You don't attach it all in one. If they request, hey, can I get your academic transcript? Then you attach it to them. All right. Okay, Hao Cheng, we will respond to your email once we are done with the session or by next week, Monday latest. All right. Oh, wait. Should we pay the tuition fee pay for 3 months or the same for 5 months? Tuition fee? Okay, this one you got to check with AA, right? Yeah. You have to check with AA on this matter, all right? Because I'm not so sure on the arrangement part. Are we allowed to choose any country we want? I mean, you can choose the countries that you want to undergo your internship placement, but also you have to consider whether the country would want to accept you also. All right. Sometimes it's so hard for us to penetrate into the Singapore market, even if we, as much as we would like to. All right. So if let's say a country in Singapore would like to hire you, they will hire you as an intern, not as an employee. As an intern, they will handle the work permit and the whatever documentation required to get you in, right? Do we have to pay for the residence fee during our internship? Okay, I think I answered that, right? Are you asking for hostel fee in Xiamen University, Malaysia, or are you asking for when you do a placement outside of campus? I'm not sure, Raulin. Raulin? Yeah. Are you asking for hostel fee? Oh, dorm fee. Okay. I presume yes. But you can check with accommodation. Terry, do you want to add on to that?
So if you are graduating immediately, means that after the internship, you're not going to stay in Xiamen anymore because you don't have any courses. Yes, you need to check out your office and you don't need to pay for the residence fee. However, if you after the internship, you still need to come back for your studies and you don't want to check out on that time, you need to pay for the dorm fee. If you check out on that time, you don't need to pay for the dorm fee, but you need to check in again once you come back to the university. If you need further clarification, you can same walk into 107 to search the information from accommodation office.
Does university supply recommendation letter for our internship? The university do not submit any recommendation letter. However, you may request a particular lecturer that you are close to, who knows you on a personal level, to write a recommendation letter for you. All right. The university personally, they don't do, because we have about 9,000 students, so we don't know the students personally to write a recommendation letter. So I would highly suggest you to check with your lecturers who know you on a personal level to write a recommendation letter. All right. Do we need to attach XMUM internship application letter when we apply for internship? Yes, Jeremy, you need to apply. You need to attach this document. So good question. So when you do send this is if you are sending an email. Sometimes on a website, right, where you apply for a job, they may ask you to only attach your resume. They might ask you to attach your transcript or any other documents. So in that any other documents, you may attach your transcript, you may attach your application letter, or whatever other documents as, sort of like a supporting doc. All right. If it's in an email, that you received someone's the PIC or the HR email address and you would like to drop them an email, right? So of course you get the whole thing. Hey, not you don't write hey, but you write greetings. My name is this. I'm a third-year student from chemical engineering and I'm looking for an internship placement. I've heard about your company and I'm interested to join. And you explain all of that and then you attach your resume, you attach your application letter, you attach your transcript. Am I missing out anything else? You don't need to attach your extracurricular certs all. That one you only need to submit when they actually call you for an interview. Okay? Right. trying to find the question. What does it mean to check out? Does it mean I have to clear the room? Terry.
You may refer to a quotation office because they are the one to take over of this thing. So you may refer to them and they will explain it to you.
But Terry, you were previously a okay, he graduated immediately lah. So it's fair. So if you're not sure about your accommodation, the fees that you have to pay or anything, I would highly suggest speak to the accommodation office because we don't want to give you the wrong information. And then when you do consult the right party, and if you do give the wrong information, you guys will kill us. So we don't want that. So it's best that you directly consult with accommodation office on this matter. All right. I think we've sort of answered a lot of questions. Do y'all have any other questions? Do you guys want us to do like a no, I don't feel like doing anything. But like, is there any other questions that you may have? I'll give you guys some
Hi,
time to
can you
think.
hear me?
Yes, hello.
Hi. I have a question like, is it more easily I transform from intern to full-time after intern if I want to continue? I mean,
Okay.
is it easily the company will accept or not? Because he
Okay,
want to apply for a work permit for us, right?
Okay, can I start? Okay.
Yeah, okay.
So I have already mentioned this. This is highly dependent on the company. All right. Some companies would only prefer an intern. They may not have the pool or the source, the resources to hire a permanent hire. Sometimes if you do a really good job, that means you go beyond what is required as an intern. Some companies recognizes that and would like to get you into their permanent hire. So this is really dependent. We have seen cases where our interns do get
Are you lagging?
I suppose they are.
Okay, I think Miss Anila's lagging, so I think I'll just continue on behalf of her. So
Okay.
it depends on the company itself because some might have their own policy in terms of hiring interns. They might only absorb for one or two interns at a time. Some maybe see them as a potential to convert them into a full-time employee. So it really truly depends on the company. However, we just encourage every one of you to actually do your best and show your best potential to employers. And if they see that value in you and they do want to recruit you as a full-time employee, then it is, I say, a privilege and also a blessing for you guys as well. However, don't stop there, because even if you can't be absorbed as a full-time, there's always opportunities out there, and they might be better than the one internship that you're taking. So yeah, we truly, just wish you guys all the best. And if you do have any, related questions about this, and just ask us, and we can assist from there.
Oh,
I think it's
okay.
Anila relogging. So yeah,
Okay.
she's back.
One more question is about, is it important to get into a MNC company?
Am I still lagging? No, I'm not lagging.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it easy to get to an MNC?
Yeah.
Also, again, it is really dependent on how you present yourself, your resume, your achievements, and everything. You can apply. It's not hard. I wouldn't say it's hard, but of course, now that AI has taken over, you got to make sure your resume is AI detectable as well. All right. So I would say it's a 50-50 chance. Sometimes when you attend career fairs and all that, right, you see AIA and EY and PwC there. Those are the opportunities that you get to go and present yourself, speak to them face to face, your resume. That is, you're seen on a faster track compared to you submitting your resume on a portal. We don't know when they will actually go through it and all that. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Am I answering your question?
Yeah. And also, because some company they have their own website to submit their resume, right? What if I only can submit the resume, but the cover letter all cannot submit?
So it's okay if you cannot. That depends on the company. They may ask you later on to submit a cover letter.
Oh,
So you go
okay.
based on circumstances.
Oh, okay, thank you so much.
All right. All right, the chat. What if no company ever wants to hire me? How would I finish my industry training? Have some confidence, guy. Have some confidence. I think if you want prep on how to be confident, we'll always have trainings for that. Don't ever feel like you won't be hired. Everybody will get hired. I think ultimately it's preparing yourself, making sure your resume is up to par. Now you have all those templates on Canva. You have ChatGPT. Uh, make sure your grammars are good. Your grammar, your statements, how you present yourself is good lah. So yeah. Will such thing happen, such as I'm a CSC student, but the internship position I receive end up as financial or anything unrelated? If you do something that is unrelated to your background, unfortunately, you will not pass your internship. Okay, I'm just going to put it out there so that you guys are aware. Please make sure if you're studying for CST or if you're studying for any engineering courses, you don't go and do something related to uh, accounting or like finance. Make sure you do something related to your background of studies because the internship is supposed to give you an awareness of what is to come later on. This is where you go from theory to practical. You understand, right? So if you do something that is so unrelated to your background of studies, you will end up failing your internship and you will have to resit again for another year. Oh, this fella literally Googled up what is OT and sent. So OT is basically you doing an additional work. So sometimes say your offer letter states that you're supposed to work from 8:30 to 5:30. However, if your work requires, or if let's say your boss says, hey, I require you to do an additional work. So we require you to do an OT of another 1-2 hours to complete the task. So you do a work. So instead of finishing at 5:30 as per your offer letter, you tend to do it longer. So say until 7:30. That is OT. All right. I understand some of you. Oh yeah. Thank you, Rahman. Overtime. Ah, no, I knew it was, but I just yeah. So I you guys hear him? Did y'all hear like my staff speaking from the other side? No? No, okay. So some of y'all may tend to ask, okay, now that I'm working OT, will I get paid for the additional 2 hours? Sadly, not all the time. Probably not at all, unless if the company is generous enough and say, thank you for recognizing. I mean, thank you for helping us out, do this. Sometimes they may give you a token of appreciation. All right. It really, really depends on the company. All right. Thanks, Tan Hua Ken. So okay, again, not necessarily all companies will have OT. If you go to these big ones, EY, PwC, trust me, OT is a daily thing. All right. So choose your company wisely. Hey, but again, no harm in doing OT. Yeah, you learn a lot. How often are we recommended to document in the logbook? It's a daily thing, right? Logbook. Yeah, daily thing. Then you have to submit to your supervisor. The ideal would be 1 to 2 weeks, but this is also depending on the supervisor. Sometimes they may have a discussion with you and say, okay, but you have to make it clear to the supervisor and say, hey, I do have a logbook. I have a report that I have to fill it up. When would you like to review my work? All right. Then they may say, okay, maybe you can come every 1 to 2 weeks so that I can go through and I can sign those documents. All right. So again, this is depending on the company. Some company would be like, oh, I want to review it every day. That means that company very free. Okay. But most of the time it's like a week or 1 to 2. All right. As an advertising student, can I look for marketing or public relations sector? Is acceptable, right? Okay. Again, if you have studied this course during your 3 years duration, your degree program, then it's doable. If you have not studied that, then no. If you prefer to get like a solid answer, I would suggest you to speak to Miss Nadira, who is your internship coordinator, and she can sort of guide you through what are the jobs that you can do as an advertising student. All right. But the no, I was just about to say IBU, but then IBU is not here, so IBU is really versatile. They can literally do anything and everything, except engineering courses, obviously. But yeah. Any other questions that you all may have?
So your academic supervisor will be assigned by your internship coordinator, and sometimes might be very early, but sometimes might be like 3 weeks after your internship start. So when your internship coordinator will tell you that who is your academic supervisor, and during that time, you can approach to him or her and settle off for your logbook or report signing. No, academic supervisor is actually your one of the lecturer that you might meet him or her before or not. If you are looking for the supervisor in the company, it will be industry supervisor.
Two different things, yeah?
Yes. It will be a lecturer in Xiamen and basically is from your faculty.
Okay, so pertaining to your academic supervisor that will be allocated by your internship coordinator, is it too confusing already? So your internship coordinator will assign academic supervisor to all of y'all, all right? Don't go and harass your internship coordinator. When is my supervisor list coming up? When? Please don't. Once you start your internship, because it's only in the month of September, so please don't start harassing them now. They have not prepared that because they are currently still waiting for April interns to start their internship. So you still have a long way to go. Your concern right now should be preparing your resume and your cover letter and finding for job. No, not job, internship as soon as possible. All right. So usually the list for academic supervisor will be out, I would say, in the first month of your internship placement. I'm just giving a duration, but it will be roughly around a month when you start your internship placement. Your internship coordinator will prepare that list and you will be notified of it. Okay. I'm not too sure if it'll be the same as your FIP lecture. I don't know how the arrangement is made. I presume you guys will also have like a briefing with your internship coordinators. Some of the internship coordinator might have it, might have like a face-to-face presentation. They might have an online presentation. They might probably prepare the materials and upload it on Moodle. I'm not too sure on the arrangements, but they will come back to you on this. All right. Any other questions, guys? Oh no, we are the career center, the Tanruli. But it's just sad that you're asking us this right in front of us. Yes, we are the career services department, and yes, we do have an office which is in 107. All right. Yeah. So if let's say you would like us to review your resume, you may do so, but you have to drop us an email because high chances we may have meetings, we may be out of office for any meetings and stuff like that. So please drop us an email in case you would like us to review your resume. All right. Just ask us. Sometimes we will even in the spot on the spot itself, we could just review your resume. If you're in office, we'll just review your resume. We'll add on some comments and then we'll submit it back to you. No worries, really. I like how you guys are interacting with one another and answering each other's questions. Thank you so much. Yeah. Any other questions that we can assist? Is there anything that you guys are unsure of? Um, Of course, next week when we do the starter pack, we will go through further information about resume, cover letter, how to pass your internship, how to fail your internship, some of the circumstances. I mean, in case you guys do want to fail your internship, I'm not too sure, but we will have some circumstances. I mean, we will explain some of the issues that's happened prior to this so that you guys are aware. Yes, please send your no, wait, where you want to drop your resume? To us or to the company? Where you want to drop? June? The company. Can, yes. Please do not wait for the list of academic supervisor. It's not going to affect your internship placement, all right? This academic supervisor list will only be revealed to you once you start your internship, all right? So my humble suggestion is once this whole briefing is done, you guys can request for your transcript. If you don't want to request for your transcript now, it's okay. Why don't you prepare your resume and your cover letter first? Draft it, prepare it. After Tuesday, okay, again, I'm repeating, after Tuesday's meeting, that means our starter pack. Once that briefing is done, once you have cross-checked, okay, I have all of these points in my resume. Now, I'm not so sure if this is good. What I wrote is, valid. Is it, AI friendly and stuff like that? You can drop us an email for us to review your resume. All right. For CSC related job, yeah, do we have any to look for around Sepang area? Top Glove, Tata Lega, those companies, they are definitely looking for, I mean, I'm sure they are open. AirAsia, any other companies that you can think of? You guys can unmute and
Basically, you can just go through like LinkedIn or JobStreet and just look for any related jobs that is available in that area. For example, in Sepang. So I'm sure there's a lot of companies currently hiring. So you can have a look at that.
does XMUM hire internship fees lah? Why lah you guys want to do internship in Xiamen? Not that I'm trying to trash anything. No, by no means. Again, I think you guys are so comfortable being in Xiamen, right? But this is the only opportunity that you get to explore what is outside. All right. You get to see new people. Don't be in your comfort zone too much. Go out, go explore. Sometimes I understand, yeah, so much money I have to spend, go outside, I have to find for an accommodation, I have to find my way to the company. Well, you're an adult now, so this is how it is lah. All right. It is how it is. You tend to learn as you grow. So even if there is an internship in Xiamen, we don't offer to our students lah. All right. Because we have all sort of made an agreement internally that we will not hire our students for internship. If you want to work permanently in Xiamen, can. That is after you graduate and you want, let's say you're an IT graduate, you want to work in Xiamen and maybe help out with the system. You can do so. All right, but not internship. Internship, go out and explore. All right. What else? What other questions you all have? It's 4:10 already. Did you just trash Xiamen and said, oof, that would be an option, as in not working here permanently? I had a part-time job. Oh, whoa. Oh, wait. Why is there so many questions? Hold on. I had a part-time job before in 2019, but lost my offer letter for the part-time job. Part-time job is part-time job. Internship is internship, yeah? Or you want to include in your resume. It's okay. You don't need the offer. You don't need to show the offer letter to the company. This is my offer letter as a part-timer. No. But of course, that doesn't mean you can cheat your way in your resume lah. Okay? Because there's always other ways for your company to find out whether you actually went through a certain work or not. All right. But you can just sort of list down, okay, I was in this particular company as a part-timer from which duration to which duration, and what were my tasks. Rahman, do you want to answer Teo Yibin? Teo Yibin?
So do we need to have internship in big companies or maybe small companies also allowed? Actually, it all depends on what you're actually looking for. So we do encourage any one of you to take up any internship roles, regardless if it's MNCs or SMEs. Actually, there's always benefits to each one of them. So maybe if you're taking for MNCs, the possibility or the opportunity to actually jump to another big MNC company is big, but then the job scope is very specialized. Whereas if you're, starting for a very small or startup company, then you get the opportunity to actually learn a lot of things, in which it's actually beneficial for your experience as well as for your career. So there's always, the grass is always greener on the other side. You just have to learn, learn all of the things that you're given to the opportunity during your internship. So that is one of the things I can say lah. So will I proceed? All right. So fortunately on Tuesday I have class from 5 to 8, but actually used to learn from the Saturday. Okay. If you do unable to attend for the Saturday, it's okay because we'll have a recording session for that, and we'll be passing through the to those who are unable to attend. However, we do encourage to those who are able to join, please join because it's actually a beneficial session, especially since you're just starting and you want to start up your own career and to know more about how to build your resume, how to build your cover letter. So it's actually a good experience for you to know. Furthermore, if you have any questions during that session, you can just ask us directly. So yeah, part-time working. Do I still can include it in my resume? Do you mean your part-time job? Yes, you can. Definitely, that will help a lot, especially for your resume. So by Hanya, we send academic transcript together with the resume and cover letter to the company. Yes, usually when you do apply for the internship, offers. I mean the job that is offered. Currently, you also have to attach your academic transcripts alongside your resume and any other relevant documents that is required by the company. So yeah, definitely. So the part-time basically a full-time in data entry and documentation. Yeah, definitely. So I don't know which program you're at. So if you're basically from a computer science, program, that definitely adds a bit of a backup and also helps in terms of your experience. So if you do have anything related to that, it's good for you to include, even if it's a little, right?
All right. Rahman is good. Thank you so much, Rahman. Can San Hao Cheng is asking few questions. Can my previous internship be counted for this requirement? No, you cannot. Your previous internship is not, I presume you were doing like a non-voluntary or as a voluntary internship. It's different. So this internship will be in the month of September. So this is a mandatory requirement set by the university. So you have to undergo your internship in the month of September. All right. Your previous one does not count. Wait, are contract temporary jobs considered jobs for intern? I doubt it because if they want an intern, they will write that internship opportunity. All right. So contract or temporary jobs are not internship. Is there a minimum requirement for the intern? What do you mean by minimum requirement? As in the duration? Is it the money? What do you mean? What time? Just say you want you're talking about the money. There's no minimum requirement for interns. Sometimes the basic is 500 to 1,000, 1,005. That is already a good deal. If a company were to offer you 200 and then you're supposed to be in KL area, personally, I wouldn't be so keen with that idea because it's a bit difficult for you to survive with 200 ringgit. But of course, you have to take it into consideration that this is just an allowance. It's not your salary, right? If you think that company is really good for you to learn, then why not? No, you cannot do for 4 weeks, your internship. If you do 4 weeks, then you're going to fail your internship. You have to fulfill your minimum requirement that is here, that is already on your screen. So if you are a DMT student, you have to fulfill your internship anywhere between 12 to 15 weeks. If you do 5 weeks, 6 weeks, you're confirmed you're going to fail your internship. All right. You do 11 weeks, also you're going to fail your internship. Okay, is there any other questions? We'll give you 5 more minutes before we wrap it up. Oh wow, that is really a long question. Oh, that's a very good question. So Ted Pine, sir, I hope I am pronouncing your name right. I'm curious about something that I was mentioned earlier. I understand that once we sign a contract with a company, we are not allowed to switch to another company. But what happens in cases of serious issues such as sexual harassment or fraud? Are we still forced to stay with the same company until the end of the internship period? What would be the solutions for us in such situations? Just want to clarify things out. Excellent question. Again, I believe this has been mentioned previously. In special circumstances where there is sexual harassment, all right, if there's an abuse or anything of that sort, that is where you guys come, reach out to career services and your internship coordinator, speak to us about it, and we will assist you. All right, we don't condone sexual harassment. Pardon? Yeah, we don't condone this act. All right, so we are talking merely on students who tend to sign an agreement and then they want to move to a different company because they are not so happy with this particular company. All right. Or they say, I'm not learning a lot, so I want to move to a different company. No, you got to make sure when you go through an interview, you speak to the company and say, hey, this is the requirements set by my university. These are the requirements that is required from me for me to pass my internship. I need to do things that are related to my background. There are circumstances where company, yes, they give you an offer letter to sign and everything, right? And then suddenly, though they know you're from CST background, they end up asking you to do certain work that are not related to your background. Please go and speak to the HR or to your direct supervisor. Speak to the direct supervisor first before you go and reach out to HR. Huh? Speak to your direct supervisor. Ask him to realign back your task related to your background. Okay? If let's say that is still not doable, then come and speak to us about it. All right? For sexual harassment, it's a serious offense and we do not condone it. If any instances where you feel threatened in any way, please do reach out to us and we will assist you. And you don't need to stay in that particular company anymore. All right? What? Sorry. Then what if other Oh, don't worry. You've had your seniors prior to this who's undergone internship before this, right? There's never been an issue. So I'm sure it's not going to be an issue for any of y'all to obtain an internship lah. No online internship. No, we just mentioned no remote internship is allowed. You will fail immediately. All right. So please make sure it's a physical internship as well. The most you can go is a hybrid internship. Okay. It has to be a physical internship. Some companies, they allow hybrid. Hybrid means sometimes 3 working days from office and then 2 work from home. That is allowed. If it's fully online, no. All right. Thank you, Joaquin. Okay, I think it's right. Yeah. Yes.
Say if the intern contract would be delayed until like 2016 March, what would I do for the first 2 months of the semester?
Why is it March of 2026? Shouldn't your internship start in September 2025?
I mean, the contract it's for 6-month intern. I doubt if companies give time windows between 3 or 6 months. They prefer a full season.
No, not necessary. We've had companies who do lesser than that as well.
So I have to look for interns that are at least 16 weeks, and do not corrupt with my next month's schoolwork?
Okay, so basically, which background are you from? Sorry.
Well, I'm from China.
No, which background of studies? Which faculty are you from?
CST.
Okay, so CST, your internship is from 8th of September until 9th of January 2026, which is an 18 weeks duration. All right, 18 weeks of internship. So if you want to do, okay, earliest is 8th of September, and you can extend till 23rd of January maximum. All right, so that you
So
don't
at
encroach
most-
into the new semester. All right, the latest you can end
So
your internship is
I
on the
cannot-
23rd.
Okay, so that's 20 weeks.
Yes, you only need to do minimum 18 weeks. All right, and as far as
Okay.
I'm concerned, I've been doing this
18
for
to 20.
6 years. None of your seniors have had issues securing an 18 weeks internship.
Okay.
All right.
So I look for an intern between 18 20 weeks. Okay.
Maximum. You just have to fulfill an 18 weeks. That'll be great already. Sometimes your internship coordinator might not approve your 20 weeks because they will need you to submit the report to them. Understand? To the rest of the students, sometimes
Okay.
you want to do an extension, your internship coordinator may request you to submit the logbook and report to them on a certain timeline. All right. So make sure you liaise
Okay.
closely because as long as you fulfill the minimum requirement, that is good already. All right.
Okay. The minimum requirement is the longest among the faculties, though.
Correct. Correct.
All right. Thank you.
Welcome. Okay, I think that's about it in terms of Q&A. Thank you so much for like posing a lot of questions, and I hope you guys are extremely clear. If let's say you guys are not clear, please do drop us an email. We will attempt your question as soon as possible. If let's say you still are in doubt of a certain thing, all right. However, I hope to see all of you next week, Tuesday, from 7 to 9 p.m. Again, it is a timeline that it's a period that we give 7 to 9 p.m. It could end earlier than scheduled, depending on how fast we go, the amount of questions that may be there posed by each one of you. However, I would highly appreciate if you could inform your classmates to join next week, Tuesday, between 7 to 9 p.m. because I honestly believe this is something that all of you all need. You will learn a lot from here. All right. When should you submit your logbook? This one, as in you submit your logbook to your supervisor. This is something that you need to discuss with the supervisor. Sometimes they ask you within a week, after 2 weeks, submit to them. So this is something that you have to discuss with your supervisor directly. All right. Please liaise closely with your supervisor. All right. I think that's about it. No, no. Okay. Please do not get confused. All right, guys. Okay. Tan Hao Cheng and Sudo. Basically, what I'm trying to say is your logbook and your logbook is something that you do daily. What did I do today? What were my tasks today? So your industrial supervisor, again, industrial supervisor, not academic supervisor. Your industrial supervisor from the company may ask you, hey, can I see your logbook every week? Sometimes they might ask you, can I see your logbook every month at the end of a month? Okay, this is something you need to discuss with your industrial supervisor. Okay, it is not the same for the rest of the students. Okay, it depends on the company, it depends on your supervisor. Okay,
Oh, but I thought he asked the submission.
then why did you mention? No. Okay, I think you are all very confused right now. This is logbook once a week. So I presume it is pertaining to logbook submission. The end of your internship, you will have to submit your logbook and report. That one, let your internship coordinator talk to you about it. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
So the submission is after the internship. And writing is daily. Thank you.
Yes. Yes. Okay, everybody. So I will call it a day now. So have a great Friday. Have a great weekend as well. Thank you so much for joining. I hope each one of you all. I'll see you guys next week, Tuesday, right? All right. Thank you so much.
Online, right?
Thank you, Miss.
Thank you. Yes, it's online.
Hi, Terry.